Well, hello folks, welcome to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet and this is a channel update. We've been putting these out every couple of months or so just to give you a little update on channel health, but also some information as to things that are coming on the channel, things that are leaving the channel, and anything else that might be relevant. So we're going to be updating what's happened in the last couple of months, so April and May. And we have got a few things to get through, so let's dive on in. We'll start thinking about channel health, because this has been quite interesting. Okay folks, so this is taking you back to what things looked like in March. And March was a pretty average month. It was an okay month. The important thing is we're getting over 3,000 views, and it's been really nice to kind of get above that for many months. Which has been great, and also over 300 hours of watch time. So it was a pretty good month, but it was kind of it was dropping off from what we'd had over January and December due to FM coming out, the FM22 game, and it's an inevitable decline after that. We had a similar thing in February, sort of a reasonable number of views, but watch time dipped below that 300 hours for the first time in ages, and that's kind of important because to get that magical 4,000 hours in a year, you do need to get above that 300 hours per month at least, so over at least 330 hours per month, just to make sure you're hitting your goals. Obviously if you can do more than that, then you can make up for it elsewhere, but that's kind of where things are, which has been really pleasing that we're in and around that at the minute. But we've in the last couple of months it has been absolutely fantastic. April was certainly better. So you can see here in April we had a few more views, but most importantly that watch time had bumped up as well. So 3,693 views in April, and then watch time up to 344 hours. The number of subscribers, it's 15. It's fine. I think it's just keep that ticking along. Eventually we'll reach the 1,000, but the real key thing is to make sure people are actually watching and engaging with the content. So you can have all the subscribers you want. You can go down whatever route you want for that. Some of them don't always work very well, but if you're not getting the interactions, then it doesn't matter how many subscribers you got, it's completely pointless. So I was really pleased to get that watch time hours increased, the number of views increased, all good there. But what happened then in May was absolutely fantastic. You can see here we had many of the stats here are the best the channel has ever had in a month, which is unbelievable. It's been fabulous. Biggest ever number of views in a month, 6,216. Bonkers, that is absolutely bonkers. 460.9 watch time hours. First time the channel's ever got over 400 hours watch time. We got very close earlier in the year in January, but never quite made it. But we got over 400 hours of watch time, which is fantastic, and that's a huge thing, and a decent number of subs as well. So all in all, that was a fantastic May, and in all honesty, June has started off in a very similar fashion. So I don't know whether this is a flash in the pan. This today actually has been a bit of a slow day, but you can see the day before it was really strong. So in June here, we're not even 1 week in. This is 5 days in, and we're already over 1,000 K views and almost at 100 hours watch time. So that is superb. Doesn't matter what the subs are doing, but we have now reached the grand old number of 725 subs, and that's 275 to go until 1,000, which is that magical limit. So we'll plod on towards that and just hope that we can have a channel that is kind of thriving at that point. So how has this happened? Well, it is purely, I think, because of another game that came out, which I did mention, I think, in the last update, Tennis Manager 2022. So I've been playing Tennis Manager 2021 on the channel, and Tennis Manager 2022 has just been released in the last month, and I made a bit of content on this, and it's been fabulous. I was provided the game by the developers, which is awesome when that sort of stuff happens. So I was able to have a look at it beforehand. I was able to beta test it, which is I've never done before, which was pretty cool. And yeah, the Tennis Manager 2022 content has been absolutely rocking. You can see here the content that I've made so far on this. We had a sort of preview video which got over 400 views. We had a first look video which had just around 400 views. Then the real name fix video, that's ratcheting up to 1,000 views. And then the Let's Play series started, and we're 4 videos in. As you can see, I'm still yet to make number 5, but each one of them has got a good number of views, good interactions, and yeah, really, really pleasing. So this is one of the big reasons for that increase. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of views coming from this Tennis Manager content. So I think the way I'm now looking at my channel, it's not just a Football Manager channel. It's not just primarily a Football Manager channel. I think given that I've got this niche of Tennis Manager content, I think I have to have these things sort of half and half, really. It's Football Manager and Tennis Manager content with a few other things thrown in, and that's kind of what I plan to do going on. So we'll be focusing on this 2 style of games, and yeah, very, very excited with that. Really excited with the new Let's Play series that's coming out. Really enjoyed making that, and yeah, and the new game, if you've not come across it yet, it's worth a little look. Have a little look at some of the content I've done on it, because they made big improvements in things. I'm going to put my face on it again here, I think. Yeah, well, hello. Yeah, so that's been absolutely fantastic. What that has meant is there's been a slight reduction in some of the other content that's been made. Let's now go through what's going to be changing on the channel. More precisely, what's changed on the channel, and what the schedule is going to look like going forward. Couple of big changes to the channel in recent times. Obviously, the Tennis Manager 2022 content that I talked about, that has arrived, and we've been putting some of that out. I've realised that one of the mistakes I made in previous versions of the Tennis Manager Let's Plays is not having enough episodes per week for people to kind of engage in. I think 1 a week is too little, and I think perhaps 2 a week is probably the sweet spot for this game. So that's where we're going with the Tennis Manager 2022 content. We'll be making 2 of these every week. And I'm putting a little bit more effort into the editing of this series, whereas I didn't necessarily do that with the other Tennis Manager content, just to see what we can squeeze out of it. Because I'm kind of excited by this, and to see whether we can really explore this kind of gaming niche on YouTube, which I don't really see anyone else making content on. So I think that's really, really cool. So that's the big thing that's been added to the channel, and hopefully that will be coming going forward with that. The thing that's left the channel, it's another Tennis Manager game. It's Tennis Elbow Manager 2, the longest running series on the channel. Something like 3 years of Tennis Elbow Manager content, 170 odd episodes. The goal was to get to world number 1, and we finally did it. We got there, and that series then finished a couple of weeks ago. Now, I've loved the Tennis Elbow Manager content that we've been making on the channel, so expect to see more of that in the future. I've been toying with the idea of doing kind of a youth development thing with that, just to have a real kind of in-depth look at that, but initially we're going to have a little bit of a break from it. But if there is particular content that you would like to see around the Tennis Elbow Manager 2 series, or even around the Tennis Manager 2022 series, just in the context of one-off videos, some of those, maybe it's a tutorial, tips, those sort of things, or with any of the tennis management content, let me know if there is something that you would be interested in. I will look to put something together. The other bit of news on the channel is that another developer has reached out to me. This time it's not tennis management content, but it is a tennis game, so you're actually playing as the player, which I've not really done a lot of that sort of stuff on here, but I'm interested. It's a new game that's going to be coming out next month, or maybe at the end of this month, and I'm going to have a review copy of that game. So I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about that once I know a little bit more, and expect to see a first look on it, and maybe a few other bits and pieces on that. I don't know yet. Depends how it feels, whether we do something on the channel in terms of a let's play. But yeah, I'm not sure. We will see. We will see, folks. Look out for that. It's supposed to be about around when Wimbledon comes out. Okay, so let's have a think about what all that means in terms of the scheduling on the channel, because that has had to change as well, with the change in schedule to the tennis management uploads, and also the Tennis Elbow Manager 2 series being removed. And we've also got the question of what we're doing with the Tennis Manager 2021 series. So let's go through that. So first things first, the Football Manager content, I've not really talked about that at all. It's actually in a big lull at the minute. I'm still love making the content. We've still got the Latvian Job save going on, where we're managing Riga FC and trying to win a European competition with them. We're in season 9 at the minute. I've got the regular viewers who watch that, but not a huge amount else watch it. 3 episodes a week. And we will continue doing it like that until we get to FM23, or we win a European competition, or I decide something else. I don't know, but the likelihood is that will continue until the end of this FM cycle, because it always takes me longer to do things. So that's Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 8 a.m. UK time. Then the Tennis Manager 2022 content, that will be released on Thursdays and Saturdays. I did previously say Tuesdays, but at the minute it is going to be Thursdays and Saturdays, because that's kind of what I started with, just because of time. And so I think, well, we'll stick with that schedule for now. If people would rather it move to Tuesdays, we can look at that. But that's the plan so far. Again, that is an 8 a.m. UK time release. Okay, so that leaves Tuesdays and Sundays. So previously we had Tennis Manager 2021 on Sundays, and the series I had there at the Custard Academy, and we're into season 4 there, and we've just taken charge of a young British female youngster who looked like it'd be a lot of fun just to see how she would develop going forward. Certainly what I've decided to do for now, we are going to be continuing that series at least just for this season. So I think we're already up around Wimbledon, so potentially 3-4 episodes more of that. When we get to the end of that, I think sensibly, because I always like to carry things on, I probably will knock it on the head there and probably move the tennis management content, both of them, just to the weekends. So we'll have the 2 Tennis Manager 2022 episodes back to back on the weekends. Let me know how that sounds, or do you want them spread out in the week? That leaves just Tuesday, and that will essentially be a place for everything else that I haven't talked about. So the GeoguessR content, which I talked about a lot last time round. I haven't made that many more videos, GeoguessR videos, and that's primarily because of the tennis management release. So GeoguessR will come back. I've got a few challenges that I've got a challenge I was halfway through, and that was the no moving challenge on the UK map, trying to get, I think currently I was trying to get over 17k without moving. Yet to do that, but also looking at other random maps and stuff. People seem to enjoy the GeoguessR content. I enjoy making it, so we will keep putting up. Obviously these updates, these will be out on Tuesdays when they happen, and any other sort of news or channel news or anything like that will come out on Tuesdays unless it just cannot wait. And we of course have the Above Standard series, which I almost got the final goal in the last couple of episodes, just didn't quite make it. So we're going into season 22, I think, there with RFC Liege. We're trying to go above standard. yeah, at the end of the last episode, or at the end of the last season, we have finished the regular season second. Unfortunately, Standard finished it first. So we were very, very close. And if we can carry on down that route, we will probably actually complete that, which would be pretty cool. But this season, we are going to be in Europe, so that's going to be pretty special. So I look forward to releasing some more of those Standard Liege, some more of those RFC Liege saves, and then you might well see some other stuff there. Now, I think it's important to say this is the schedule as I plan it. It's not set in stone. Over the last month, I did miss 3 or 4 uploads due to work, and that's probably not going to change. I had a big project that has been completed, which was great, but I've got other commitments that are coming up, and I need time to be able to do that. And obviously family, and I've got a holiday coming up as well, which I've actually just come back for a long weekend away, but we've got a proper family holiday, again just in the UK, but for a couple of weeks, which means I will be away from that for that period, and probably won't have sufficient uploads to cover the whole period, so there will be things missing. I can't do anything about that, but that is the plan. That's the schedule going forward. We'll see how it goes. At the minute, as always, I am thoroughly enjoying this. We're trying to get to that 1,000 subs mark, but we're doing it leisurely, folks. We're doing it leisurely. Most important thing is keeping that engagement up. With that in mind, why don't you hit the like button on this video and leave a comment down below? Always good to hear from you. What would you like to see on the channel that I haven't talked about? What have I got on the channel that you think could be improved? Anything really, I would love to hear from you. And why not drop a sub if you have not done so already? Anyway, folks, I will see you very, very shortly. Goodbye.